class, this is Professor Bay, and this week we're going to be doing the tour of Latin America, which is the little reading section, if you want to read in the book, between chapter 6 and chapter 7. So in Latin America, there are 19 countries that speak Spanish as an official language. We have Mexico, Guatemala, Honduras, El Salvador, Nicaragua, Costa Rica, Panama, and we have Venezuela, Colombia, Ecuador, Peru, Bolivia, Chile, Argentina, Paraguay, and Uruguay. And in the Caribbean, we have Cuba, Dominican Republic, and Puerto Rico. There's one country that speaks Portuguese, which is Brazil. And the countries that are not part of Latin America, for example, we have Belize, which is a country that's over here. They speak English. The same as Guyana in South America, and Jamaica, which is right here, right, in the Caribbean. Haiti, which is next to the Dominican Republic, they speak French. Suriname, they speak Dutch. And you have French Guyana, which they speak French. Okay? So we have some of those countries there. We're going to talk about Mexico first, and it's the heartland of the Americas, they say, the home of the corn, avocados, beans, and chocolate. And the central Mexico was the most densely populated place in the Americas in 1492. If you remember from the colonial times, it was, New Spain and Peru, right? New Spain was in Mexico, where they had the mines, the silver mines in the region of Zacatecas. There are many Mexicos, they say, because it's divided between the north, center, and south. And in the north, you have the modern and prosperous part of ancient Mexico, silver mining, and the main economic attractions associated with the U.S. railroads, mining, cattle, and agriculture connected it with the U.S. In the center, the highlands surrounding Mexico City, composed of the second region, high plateaus produce waves of indigenous empire builders, population mainly mestizo. Okay, as you can see the pyramids, the Aztecs right here. In the south, most strongly indigenous, it has the heaviest legacy of oppression in the south and poverty. And the indices of development in the south is the lowest, okay, in the country. We have Central America, which are all those countries that you see right here. So the only one that does not speak Spanish is Belize. They speak English. It's an English colony. And before it was one republic, the United Provinces of Central America, Guatemala, El Salvador, Honduras, Nicaragua, and Costa Rica. Panama belonged to Colombia and to South America. So in Central America, Panama was a province of Colombia and became independent in 1903, the newest country in Latin America. So 1903 becomes a country. And if you look at the map right here, you can see Panama City, and we learn a little bit about the Canal de Panama, which is right here, right here. And Belize was colonized by England. And I heard that it has one of the most beautiful beaches and clear waters, that you can go see. On the coast right here, you see Belize. Okay. In Central America, we have Guatemala. It's the land of the Mayas. The Mayan language is spoken by 40% of the population today. In the ancient cities in the north were the height of Mayan civilization, like Tikal right here. And after the destructions of the Aztecs, Spanish conquerors came to Guatemala, but did not have the silver that they were looking for, so remained like a second-tier economy within the Spanish Empire. The Kingdom of Guatemala, as it was known during the colonial period, comprised all Central America, but the present-day Guatemala was the heart of the Kingdom of Guatemala. Okay? El Salvador, dense population made it rival to Guatemala. After independence, it became a liberal stronghold, competing against the conservative stronghold in Guatemala. So liberal against conservative in Guatemala. After 1870, it had the most dynamic economy with the coffee. And look at the color of coffee, huh? Before they're roasted, huh? It's like red. Okay, Honduras refers etymologically to deep Caribbean waters. Hondo means deep. The Spanish found gold during the colonial times, and but not enough to make them wealthy. So in the 1800s, the U.S. banana companies from the U.S. come into Honduras, and they create enclaves, which are little towns. You know, we talked about in the previous chapter with the in chapter 7, I think, right? With all the banana companies, with the managers and everybody from the U.S. and made a little town, right, for themselves, like a little mini city in the coast of Honduras. Today, Honduras' population is mostly rural, and it has predominantly mestizo population. Nicaragua, during the 1800s, Britain and the US competed to influence it. The British influence is seen in the Caribbean port of Bluefields over here, and English is the common language there. However, the country's main population centers are on the Pacific side. This is the Pacific side, right? So you can see in the map Bluefield over here in the Caribbean Sea, and I guess most of the population is on the Pacific side over here, where you find Managua closer to the Pacific side. That is the capital of Nicaragua. Costa Rica, few of the indigenous descent, not dominated by large estates, a country that is not shattered by violence or dictatorship, revolutions and reactions in the late 20th century. So it's actually the only country in Latin America that has no military. Ecotourism is really big. If you like to do zip lining and really see nature, it's a great place to go. And you can see it on both coasts. You know, you can see the Pacific coast, and you can also see the Caribbean coast. The presence of large American-owned banana plantations worked by African descent people, you can find here in Costa Rica along the Caribbean coast of this side, right? So that's Costa Rica. In the Caribbean, we have influences of English, French, Dutch, and East Indian, as well as Spanish and African. And we have Cuba, which is the biggest island of the Antilles. Close trading relationship with the U.S. even when it was a Spanish colony. The habanera music already enlivened U.S. popular culture, and Cubans substituted baseball for bullfighting. And the Cuban-U.S. relationship has been very intense since the U.S. involvement in Cuba's war for independence from Spain in 1898. Okay. We have the Dominican Republic, which is Hispaniola. Remember the island that Christopher Columbus found when he came to America? And, you know, that's where the colonization began. Spain reclaimed it for a few years in the 1860s, and has a very troubled relationship with Haiti, even though they're part of the same island. It's really divided, right? Haiti became a French colony and they gained independence, and you know, the Dominican Republic was a Spanish colony and they gained independence later on. Look at these beautiful beaches, in the Dominican Republic. And then we have Puerto Rico, okay, and they say that even though it's a small island, it has mountainous interior of steeply jumbled slopes, and creates a lot of isolation even in short distances, really hard to reach. San Juan is the capital city and was a naval stronghold of Spain during the colonial period. The U.S. forces occupied Puerto Rico and Cuba in 1898 when it gained independence from Spain, and Puerto Rico never became independent from the U.S., and it is an associated Commonwealth of the United States. Okay? Okay, so that's it for the first part of the tour of the Latin America, and there's another video, part 2, where you see the rest of the countries. Okay, bye.